Hello and welcome back. We're going to have a look at this fun group of items in a moment, but firstly we're just going to move a little bit of Hornby 00 around. So we've got the freight locomotive on the turntable there. We're just going to back that off. Just give that a little power. Lovely mechanical sound comes from this model when it's underway. There we go, and we'll just switch number 11 there. Let's go have a look over there. So we'll make that one curved, and then we'll dial in a bit more power, and we're going to pick up some coal wagons, one of which has got a coal load in it. I don't know whether it's an original Hornby coal load or one somebody's put in it from sort of another manufacturer or sort of homemade. There we go, possibly a dodgy place to stop there. I have got points number 1 open just beyond there, because once we've got the coal wagons in to back through here, we're going to have to sort of nose out onto the outside line. Let's make this one curved. And we'll just come back up above, and we'll follow that backwards. I wonder whether we have those. It looks about right. Let's put some power in there and see if we've got it. You can see that coal load there. There we have it. So I'm just going to close 6 again. We'll back it around because I want this on the inside line. So we'll make that one go straight. We'll put the power in there and see all the rubbish in the background there. So let's take that back around towards the station, and then we'll bring it back through points number 10, which is a crossover. So I don't suppose it's a crossover really, but it crosses over from this sort of inside loop to the inside line, as it were. So let's change that one, and then we'll come back a bit and have a look at that come through. Now I'm going to take this to the 00 station, where we're going to swap for the passenger train, which is sitting there waiting. Smoothly round over the diamond and onto that inner line at the station. And we'll just stop it just before we run out of platform. I was trying to turn it down more than that, but I wasn't turning it quick enough. So we'll switch over the points here in the station. So we want number 3 straight, and number 4, which is at the far end of the station, which we probably can't see very well from here. Let me tighten up the lens on the camera a little bit, and we'll have a little bit of a closer view. So we'll dial in some power here. This is a very heavy model. They all have such different feels about them when they're in use, especially when you swap from 00 to Triang. Feel on the controller is completely different. So we'll just stop that just past the footbridge there. There we go. Now we've got one more thing to put away. So I'm going to put away these controls for a second. Put that down there. And I've just noticed I'm fast running out of power on the gimbal. So we had these wagons and this wonderful 262 tank locomotive with the orange line, double orange line there. Have a look in there. I did have another wagon out, but it had a green wagon, a green van on it. Sorry, I keep calling the vans wagons. And the other thing is they don't all fit in the siding, so I thought we'd put one away and we'd leave it like this. So let's just back this up around. Again, we've got that slight whistle coming from the pickup. I am going to have to change a point at some stage here. I should have done it beforehand really, then we wouldn't have had to stop. We could go straight into the sidings. Well, I think we'll stop it there. And we want to do this one. Wrong direction. And then we want that yellow one over there. And that one wants to go also curved. So I've got the uncoupling ramp in the up position there. Let's see if we can get it to uncouple as that comes in. So we'll dial in some power. We've done it. It's magic when it works, isn't it? Such a simple idea. So actually let's just stop that there. And we'll open this point here and we'll just deposit this train in on the other side of this station, which is to my right. There we go. And we'll just pop that in there for safekeeping, just behind the controllers. It's all looking good so far. So let's make that one straight, and then we'll get that one curved. Always throws me that one, but they will always throw me. And that one wants to go straight. So I think we have the inside line all set for running. So we'll get this sort of my variation perhaps of the crash train set, early 60s, RS30. I think Hornby have just done a reimagined variation of it, but this is my view of it. So we'll just have a swift run around and we'll grab the models and we'll have a closer look at them. So actually I do need to throw a point first, don't I? Otherwise they're not going to go anywhere, they'll be all isolated. Let's get this here. So we want to go straight. So this is a top tank, and I think they did a number of variations of this. We'll look at the model number in a moment. And we'll just stop that there. We'll switch that point again and we'll make that go curved. So the engineering department wagon, or coach, that was playing up, so I've added weight and changed the wheels on that. I don't remember it being a particular problem. I don't think I've run it since the Super 4, but it really didn't like this point work. So got just a fresh set of wheels back to back is actually quite significantly different, but I wouldn't have thought it would have made a difference between Super 4 and this, but still, could be the weight of course I've put in it. But the bogies are very wobbly on there, so no idea why we've come to a stop here. Let's just have a quick look. That really was quite sudden, wasn't it? Yeah, and we've definitely come to a complete stop. That really was sudden, wasn't it? So let's see what's going on. Yeah, I don't like that. It's almost like it either ran into something or a sudden loss of power. Oh, it was there again. Let's have a look at the track in here. I haven't had any issues with track or dead spots in these rails. So, but you never know. Maybe we've got high resistance joints developing there, and it's all going to start playing up. Let's just let that run gently again. I'm going to put the controls down. Let me see if I can get in a little bit closer to this lot, and then we'll whip them off the rails and have a look at the models themselves. Coming up to the phantom dead spot. Nope. Just one of those things if you play with old toys. So I think we could have had a lot of fun with these cranes. It's operating. It's not terribly strong, but I think it's quite a nice sort of design. Although I think I prefer it in the earlier colour it came in the 60s, a sort of slightly reddy maroon colour, rather than this bright red. There we go again. So after a little bit of investigation, what I found is, well, I knew these wheels weren't exactly the straightest wheels. They're definitely seen a bit of track time and a bit of play. The wheel is actually colliding with the edge of the motor, and it's causing it to short. So it wasn't a problem with the track. It was a problem with the wheel. It's just got contact there. Let's see if we can fiddle that. Where's the power? So there we go. That was too quick. I wasn't expecting it to move away as quickly as that, but you can see that there. So it's all got contact with the motor there. So I'll have a fiddle with that in the next few days, but I think we'll just have a general look over the models. I suddenly thought, as I turned the camera off, as I have it dismantled, we should have a quick look over it. I wasn't going to do this, but we'll just have a quick look at it. So it's quite an interesting moulding. The model goes together in quite a strange way, more involved than it looks, really. So you've got those two little holes in the front of the body moulding there, and then in the chassis we've got well, there should be two little prongs there which poke into it, but this one's broken away. If you have a look at what I think I've shown this in an earlier video, it came to me in this way. It's definitely seen a bit of track time. So they poke into there, so the motor sits sort of back to front in there like that, and this the weight it goes at the tail end, as it were. So then the couplings go on. One of them screws onto the chassis. So one coupling screws onto the chassis, and the other coupling screws onto the bodywork, and they sort of overlap and hold it in place. But there is also a securing screw for good measure into the chassis block as well. So I don't know whether that's just sort of evolved, because you could screw the couplings into both ends of the chassis for different models, I suppose. Also, when I had got the camera turned off, I thought that there was no harm in making quite a brutal adjustment with a screwdriver to try and get a bit of straightness. Perhaps maybe that was what was coming from the wheel, but I have adjusted the back-to-back in quite a crude manner, and we may have made a temporary fix, because I was going to reset the wheels and put in new bushes and try and reset the back-to-back so we weren't getting any collision with the motor. But we may have made a temporary fix on there. Let's give this a little bit of power. I was expecting that to go the other way. There we go. So I've run that backwards and forwards through there a few times now. We haven't had any comical stalling. And there is the tiniest amount of sort of magnetism effect, because that magnet on the motor is so close to those wheels. There is just that little bit of sort of tack to the track. Not a huge amount, but enough. It's not like magnetism where the magnet is sitting directly behind the wheels, but there's definitely a little bit of tack there to the track. So I think if you'd replaced to one of those new style magnets in your motors, you'd be getting quite a lot of stick to the track there. So it all sort of helps with the traction, doesn't it? So yeah, it's quite an interesting design. They've got lots of mileage out of this. I'll pop this back together and we'll have a glance over the other models. This is page 6 and 7 of the 1963 catalogue, and here we've got the new crash train set, and that's a RS30 crash train set. So we've got a Ginty there, a lovely earlyish one with a sort of big line on the side of the tank there, lovely looking thing. We've got the match truck and the crane, and they've got the engineering department coach in black there. Looks to be rescuing this brake van which has fallen off the tracks there. So I think we'll just pop that away and we'll have a quick look over the items. Another tremendous image there. Another Terence Cuno. This fella never stopped working. So I think the mouse is in here. I think it's sitting on the edge of the tender, if I remember correctly. I don't know how close we can get that. I think we've seen that. I think I put an image of that in there quite on the video quite recently, so I won't bother putting that at the end. So let's have a glance over these items. So we've got the coach here, engineering department coach. I think they've just reused the moulding from earlier models here. So we've got the sort of gorgeous green. I did say I'd put weight inside these and change the wheels. If you look at the insert picture there, you can see what I've done. And seemingly the wheels look the same, but the back-to-back is just completely different. They were so much narrower, the other set, although the axles on these really do need a clean. But in my haste to try and bring the video together, get the items all ready, I didn't clean those up. But the running surfaces of the wheels are actually quite nice. So a little bit of weight. I'm not sure whether it was the wheels or the weight which helped it, but I think I'll probably leave the weight in it. So it works quite well. So I think these were made in black or green between 63, 67. I think the sort of olivey green colour like this was 65, 66, possibly. That's from the notes I've read. So let's pop that down, and then we'll have a look at the crane. So this one I believe is from the 70s in this sort of bright red. So crane was made R127 from sort of 62 to 79. So it's going to have gone bright red in the early 60s, isn't it? Sorry, early 70s. So you had the big, is it the 100-ton or the 75-ton crane as well in bright red coming along in the late 60s. So to complement it, I suppose. So the base is metal. I might have got the dates wrong on when the big crane, the Hornby's big crane came along. I'm thinking late 60s. I might be wrong, and it might be early 70s. So we've got the screw there coming through there. So this was used for the platform crane as well, and there's a TC wagon with this on as well. And I think Battle Space maybe as well has one of these. But this has the plastic coupling screwed to it. So we just have a look there. So the plastic coupling's on, slightly later design, and we've still got sleeved wheels. So there is some element of operation with this crane. I'm not sure how well we can demonstrate that at the moment. So we can wind the jib up there like that, and then wind the jib down. So you could have had quite a bit of fun with that. So let's pop that down. So, did I say the model number of this was R620? I'm forgetting what we've spoken about and what we haven't. So here's the what we're calling the match truck today, or a Bolster wagon. So these were sold in various guises over the years. So early on, there was an earlier version of this with a grey bed as well. But this one, I think, dates from the early 70s and carries a number of R.659, 71 or 74, I think. But essentially the same moulding, but just in this rather vibrant colour. And I thought it looked quite good with the red train. And this has got plastic wheels and axles all moulded and one, and they're spoked. I don't think... Yeah, so it says built in Britain. I thought it might have had triangles. It's built in Britain, and it's very, very, very small. And then Hornby, just under there. Whether we can just get that in focus, we'll have a go. There, I think we've got that. The thing is, looking at it where I'm looking at the moment, I'll only know when I view back the video. So we'll pop that down. So I've got this back together, and it seems we had it dismantled. I showed you. Sort of tried to explain how it went together, but there it is underneath. You can see the couplings. So that one's screwed into the bodywork, and this one's screwed into the chassis, and you've got the screw there holding the thing together. So there's lots of noise going on outside the room. I don't know whether you can hear that, but yeah, quite an impressive looking thing. It's sort of continental style looking as well, isn't it? So let's have a look down that side. So there we go, all back on the rails. We'll just follow that round just a few moments. Hopefully no more comical shorting out and stalling. I really don't remember the model doing that last time I used it. It's got to be back down when we had the Super 4 on the railway. I don't think I had this on the System 6. I might be wrong, but I don't think I did. And I am going to have a look out and see if I do have a clockwork one of these. But we'll see. But thank you again for watching, it really is appreciated. And if you look back again next time, we'll see if we can have something else interesting from the range to have a look at. Goodbye now.